You were very critical of Kendall Jenner, weren't you? I mean, just as we were talking about it before, it was the point at which you lost your faith.
I just genuinely think if you watch that little clip, you think she's about to say that she might be coming out, she might be HIV positive, she might have been in an abusive relationship. It's like a PSA for something massively important. And having bad skin is horrible. Like, I've had bad skin, it is really hurtful. But come on, the way that she's talking about it is like it's going to be a life-changing, terrifying experience, and that's not what it is.
No. See, I would disagree with that because I've had adult acne, and I'm actually really pleased now that it happened, because before that, my sister would be like, I don't want to come out, my acne is really bad, and I was like, no one cares about your acne.
Except, actually, the thing is that she didn't just come out and go, I used to have acne.
Yeah.
She did a whole, what they call in the trade, a delayed drop. You know, she did a very sort of sad, emotional, drawing everybody in, where you might think she was going to talk about something potentially much more powerful, and without diminishing how people feel when they have acne.
I think with her, the reason it allowed so much cynicism is because she'd never talked about it or you'd never seen it before, so suddenly the big reveal.
Well, she was only doing it because they were giving her millions of dollars
she can get millions of followers and millions of dollars from perfume deals, from much more glamorous things.
Right.
And I think you can be cynical, but I bet there's a lot of people, young teenagers especially, who suffer from acne.
But here's my problem.
See their idol. Thank God she had acne too.
Yeah.
I feel
well, A, she shouldn't be their idol. They should have better idols in life. And B, everything the Kardashians do as a family is basically about making money.
My issue is, if you are trying to talk about something publicly that you've suffered with, don't put the beautiful, highly filtered, airbrushed, stunning...
Right, and you read a very good column about this, Rebecca. What I would say, I would go further. I think we are entering a very... not dangerous. What I would call it's a weird culture where people get affirmation from likes. We've done it ourselves this morning with Instagram, right? Yeah. You want to post a picture and you want it to... I had a picture of me in a hospital bed last week, right, having a pretty normal test, right? I didn't even know I'd done it. I was still under sedation. Poked out a picture. Next thing I know, everyone thinks I'm dying.
That's a kind of sad fishing post.
Yeah, no, that's
it was,
right,
but it was subconscious. I was under sedation, right? But the point is, it got like 30,000 likes. Even a picture of me lying there, heavily sedated,
and you didn't delete
with delirious
it. You
eyes.
didn't delete it.
No,
You knew that you'd done it.
No, I openly admit to being a ruthless assimilator and accumulator of likes, right? Here's my point. My point is that we're entering a thing now where so many well-known people, I see them all day long, people I've known for a long time and who've never mentioned any of the myriad problems they now claim to suffer from, right? This sort of what I call professional victimhood, where basically they have everything. They tick every box. They've had everything wrong with them. And each time they do it, it's to promote themselves, to make people feel good about them, to get them likes, to get them approval. Then comes the commercial benefit. They get interviews, they get covers of magazines, then they get commercial deals. And I'm sorry, I've known these people. I'm not going to name them. It's down to them to be more honest about it. But I know people who've never mentioned any of these things to me. But now we live in a culture where they can make money and be famous from being a victim of endless different stuff.
But look, mental health, it's not about being a victim. And I think
it is,
we talk about
people.
Mental health charities, it's important. We're saying to people, you shouldn't suffer in silence, speak out. But then when a celebrity or influencer does it, we're like, ooh, they're doing it to try and get favour.
Not all of them. Not all of them. I think many people do it with completely, I get it, and I read their stories and they are credible and I understand it. But there are, I'm afraid, a number of people now in public life who I know, right, who are, I think, gaming the victim.
I just think it's normalising issues. And personally, growing up with eating problems, I felt very isolated. I also self-harmed as a teenager. I felt very like a freak, and I didn't want to talk about it with anyone. And having a support network on social media, I think it's very cynical to say it's about
But to come off the back of that, so I also had bulimia as a teenager, and I really struggled with that, and it was awful. However, I noticed with my own social media, if I start tweeting about having had an eating disorder, people are nice to me, people want to follow me, I feel special. Realistically, I haven't had a full-blown eating disorder for 15 years.
So you
and there was an element, and I caught myself using it to get people to be nice to me. And when people would send me horrible comments when I'd done a debate with you guys, I'd reply being like, please don't call me fat on the internet, I used to have an eating disorder. And then people would be nice to me.
And the way to capitalise on that, if you're a cynical person, is you start to make it sound a little bit more current. My ongoing battle with my ability.
Which, to be fair, that's true.
If you're helping people who do currently have eating disorders and you're talking about your experience, and then if brands who have a similar value to you. So, for example, for me, if a fashion brand or a beauty brand who share a similar value talking about body confidence and making people feel good, that would be a brand I'd be proud to get behind.
Yeah, but you're going to get a massive check out of it,
right?
right?
Yeah, but you get a massive check out of whatever you do, so what's the difference?
Yeah, I think for me the difference is if you have a campaign with...
I think vulnerability is empowering. Like, personally, I feel better for talking about it.
And I would say if that genuinely leads to a support network, that's fantastic. What people shouldn't think is that by getting likes, that's going to make you feel better in the long run. It's only temporary.
My real problem with this is not people seeking attention. If you want attention, absolutely go get it. I love attention. My issue is it can be very hollow. And I think a lot of the time we think that we've supported someone by liking something or messaging them, you
and
okay,
that lasts
hon?
a second.
Also, it's got to be real. It's got to be real. If you've really gone through something harrowing in your life, I get that that can be important to talk about. But I'm afraid I see so many people. Well, I've lost count of the number of things they now claim to have been suffering from.
But that's because
I
think it's
honestly,
wonderful.
actually, I know these people, and I think in a lot of cases it is nonsense. It is nonsense that they are doing because they're getting attention, which gets the media attention, which makes them money.
It is so ironic, though, isn't it? Seeing as you have just literally begged for attention on television.
I love attention.
For your Instagram.
No, here's the difference, Susanna.
And posted a sad fishing picture from your hospital bed.
I admit it. I love going on Twitter for attention. I love writing columns for attention. I like being provocative on the show for attention.
I am admitting it by doing it publicly,
I am doing it not to change your lives, people. And I don't have 1,000 things wrong with me that I want to talk about to empower you, right? I'm just seeking attention.
Also, as a journalist,
really...
you must have done lots of exclusive with celebrities in your time when they've opened up about their demons, and you would have made money from that interview.
You're right.
I can smell a gaming rat a mile off.
Rebecca, thank you.
And I'm afraid the public are, as we know from last night's National Television Awards, very gullible, right, when it comes to these things. So let's just leave it there.